Yeah, baby, we got water coming down onto the farm now. Yeehaw! Time for planting some garden. Not only do we have water coming down today, we've even got us some Indian soap. Well, as you can see, I got the orange screen in there, that trash screen. There's some stuff stuck to it already. Most of the stuff is real little, like what's right up here on that end. I don't know that you can see it. It's real small stuff. I'm not too worried about that. That can go right through there with no problem. What I do worry about is bigger stuff, like this grass here. If it gets knocked loose upstream and it comes down, or something bigger than that, more mature than that, yeah, because it'll plug up that opening. Because of the diameter of that opening where that sliding valve gate is only about that much for the amount of water that I'm allowed down on the 7 acres there where the house and farm is. That little valve opening plugs very easily with just a small amount of grass and trash coming down the ditch. Where most of the problem comes from is across the street over there. That was all blocked off at one time for their wastewater. Well, now it comes across the street over here, and I'm afraid it's going to plug up my underground pipe that runs from there, which you can kind of see down in there. Yeah, right down in there, there's a pipe that runs underground underneath that aluminum one, all the way down to the farm there. The last thing I want to have to do is have some septic company come out here with one of their jetting deals and try to jet a 1/4 mile of buried pipe. That won't be pleasant, and it'll be awful hard on the old pocketbook. I don't know that you can see it or not. You can probably hear it, but the number 1 riser's got a little bit much water running through it. I don't know if that means the pipe between here and where it's running out toward the lawn is plugged or not. That's just the way it is right at the minute. But we're going to open it up and see what happens when we start filling the settling pond. We'll get down in here and fight with all of these thistly roses. Open that gate, and that will charge that pipe. That water is now coming down through this white pipe to this valve. We have not much of anything, got a little bit of water leaking by there, but let's open up that valve and see what it does. This is the valve that controls the water flow going to the pond. We will open that up, and immediately you hear the water shut off up in there. And oh, look at all that nice black septic looking water that first come up out of there. Yeah. What my game plan is to fill this pond, let it soak up a little bit and settle back down, especially down there at the far end, down there where I was hauling all that dirt to that I was digging up out of there. You're going to let that settle and pack, and hopefully it'll run clean. So we're going to watch that for a bit until that fills up. Looks like we already have a water skipper hopping around down here, and he's on dry land. Wait till he gets some water. The water is starting to fill up the settling pond, and before it gets over here, now that's the little hole in the pipe that feeds the water over to the creek from this pond. And we have an issue with all the mud from the settling pond, or silt, getting over there to the pond. So we got a little project we're going to do this year. Now before the water gets here, we're going to set this up in front of this and see what it does. I don't know which way we'll go with it. we will probably go just like that. And I'll put these stakes in to kind of hold it in place. Like I said, I'm not sure this is going to work, but you never know, and we're going to give it a whirl and a try and see what happens. I've got the swamp cooler pad installed now in front of that opening of that pipe. Got a couple of stakes in there to hold it. I've packed some dirt in around it, make it a little tighter, and now we'll just see what happens. I don't know that I'll let this water get up to that and start flowing over into the creek today, but if anything else, this pond is going to get soaked up, so it'll hold some water and won't be disappearing so fast. Because when this pond is dry, I get very little water out to the field or anywhere else in the yard, especially if I got to start running that irrigation pump. As you can probably tell by some of the stuff behind me blowing and wiggling around, it is a little bit windy today, but I've got a new toy that we're trying out. I got a Rode microphone transmitter deal hooked up to the old camera today. It's rigged up through my little lavalier microphone right there. So hopefully we're going to cut down on a lot of the wind noise and we can do some of these videos now when it's even more windy out. Yeah, I'm liking this idea if it works. All of that earthwork coming uphill at an angle like this down to this end was actually a buddy of mine's idea. It was Mike, the guy that has the old separator and threshing machine that is, and the oh look, gopher hole's getting filled full of water right down there. Yeah, did I ever mention I hate gophers? Anyway, his suggestion was to have this ground slope uphill because water would slow down and the sediment would drop out of it. There's still a little milky looking spots out there, but this is the first time the water has been in this, so it stands to reason it will be a little milky this go. But from the looks of it, right out in here, it's a lot milkier looking with sediment than it is right up in here. So hopefully after this ground soaks up and whatnot, this is going to end up working out real well. Well, the wind is still picking up and being nasty. The creek is running, the waterfall's going, and the water is fairly clean looking until it gets down here where the waterfalls that Skylar and I were building slow it down a little. So we may take that completely out of there just so it'll keep running clear. It's running clean down here on this other side of it. And then we have this other little water diversion thing here, but it's fairly clean there. But yeah, we may take those blockages clear out of the creek, and yeah, because everywhere there's clumps of grass like right here or whatever, it's backing up in front of it and getting milky looking, where here it's clear. This is what the rock was here for, was to keep this from washing. And yeah, we've got a good trench going in there already, so I'm going to probably have to have another couple yards of this rock hauled in here. Well, that's what it looks like on its first fill for the year. It's got a lot of the foam on top of it, what we used to call Indian soap. That's just made from the minerals and whatnot that's in the water that's mixing with the soil. Makes that foam. Murky as heck. As you can see right down in there, it looks almost like chocolate milk. So yeah, we're going to need to let that sit for a while, and most of that murkiness right there is coming from this up here washing, where that water has created that channel. You can see down here at the bottom end of it, it's just real muddy looking. So yeah, we're gonna have to get some more rock in there and come clear down into here with it now, I guess. Not only do I dislike gophers, okay, I hate gophers, I also hate those damn blue face masks. They're coming from the damn country that's made the damn virus. That one's come down in the waste and trash that's coming through the ditch to water the lawn with. Oh yeah, now I got something else down here to pick up and clean up after besides everybody's beer cans that's getting tossed out from the neighbors behind me. What a mess. Looks like we got some buds coming on the old walnut trees already. The leaf buds are coming out. Yeah, the little itty bitty ones look like small little miniature pine cones, so I'll leave them and not disturb them. There's a couple right there. I don't know that you'd see them anyway if I brought the camera over close. Anyway, that's it for today's little video. We got water coming down on the farm now, and in the next video or so we're going to be actually doing some field work and getting some crops planted for everybody for the fresh produce thing that we're going to get started this year. Plus, I'm even going to get a pumpkin patch started. In fact, I'm going to go in right now and finish up an order to get some seeds coming. In the meantime, I'm Farmer Dave. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget, right down over there, right down there is that little red button that says subscribe on it. Go ahead, click on that. Click on the bell that pops up next to it if you want to get notified every time there's a new video out. And as always, y'all have a great day, and I'll catch up with you later. Bye-bye now.